Welcome to day 3 of the 3-day weekends in 4 days entrepreneur challenge. This is Wade Galt again here, teaching you the simplest path I know to help you create an abundant and sustainable 4-day work week, 3-day weekend lifestyle. As I've mentioned, so much of your speed in implementing this is going to depend on what you've achieved already. If you're already making your target income, it's possible you might be able to make this happen within a week or so, within the 4 days. If you've not yet earned your target income, this is going to give you a huge and simple roadmap to help you understand how to go on this journey in a way that allows you to enjoy it and not be stressing the entire time. Now in here, I'm focusing primarily on what you need to do. I'm minimizing the amount of stories I tell you. Now there's other work I have, there's my podcast, there's different things where you can hear stories about why it worked or how my journey went. But for right now, I want this to be as tight as possible so you can get the best results and the best insights as quickly as possible. If you've not yet signed up for the challenge and you want to get the tools that go with it and some of the follow-up information, go ahead and register with the link below. Now I want to just give you a quick recap of our first 2 days. Day 1, we talked about scheduling your ideal life. Again, this is really the main reason you're doing all this. What is it that's exciting to you about life outside of work? Who are the people you want to spend the most time with? What are the activities you want to be doing? And what are the experiences in life you look forward to? If you get these 3 things right, you're not going to care a whole lot about a lot of the other details that people focus on. And so day 1 homework is to complete the worksheet and start scheduling these events. Put them in your calendar, put them in your smartphone, and making sure you're doing them as quickly as possible. The quicker you do it, the more likely you're going to succeed, the more likely you're going to get excited, the more likely you're going to want to do the work, and you're going to see the results. So again, whether you're an entrepreneur, a startup, a side hustler, a freelancer, an executive, an employee, this first day you can do wherever you're at. The second day is focused on working 20% less and still earning your same target income. So if you're already making your income, you might say, wait, I just need to figure out how to work less and earn the same income. And this is all about dropping the unnecessary things, dropping the low impact, low income activities, dropping the low impact, low income expenses, and dropping low impact, low income projects. Again, we focused on low impact because some projects, some investments might yield future benefits. And so in the short run, they might be low income, but they might be things that you're just playing a long game and they're worth it. But if something's low impact and it's low income, we want to be dropping that. And again, in that exercise, it's first you want to complete the worksheet, then you want to start dropping the activities, the expenses, and the projects ASAP, and replace that dropped time with either high impact work or with quality time off, doing things you enjoy and or with people you love. So now we're going to talk about in day 3, how to 80-20 your work schedule. And what I mean by that, some of you are already familiar with the 80-20 rule. The concept is based on the idea of what are the 20% of the things you do, the smaller number of things, get the largest number of results. And so what we want to be able to do is make sure that when you're investing your time, you're investing it in high impact, high income activities. So the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure you're investing 60 to 80% of your time in your genius activities, the things that make the greatest impact for your clients and the people you serve, the things that make you the most money, the things you're most known for, the things that you're best at. These might or might not be the things that you love doing the most, but they're definitely the things that you're known for if you've been an entrepreneur for a while, or that are going to propel you to make the most amount of impact and grow your income base to be able to scale your business, hire more people, grow what you're doing. And so this one little thing to do here is something that might take a while. To get to 60 to 80% of your time doing your genius activities might take a long time, it might take a short time. So quick concept here, if you have a business that's been up and going and taking, let's say 5 to 10 years to get you started, and a lot of your time is in activities that you're habitually doing that help you make money and you think you need to do them, it might be that some of those activities are part of this, or maybe some of them are not. So the more stable you are as an entrepreneur and the longer success journey you've had, sometimes it's harder to make these changes. If you're starting out new, if you're doing a side hustle, or if you've given yourself a certain amount of time to be successful, sometimes it can be a lot quicker to just go right into those top activities and bet on those and really do your best work. Hopefully those things are generating income, or at least some of them are generating income right away. But basically getting your time, most of your time, in the absolute highest impact, highest income work, the things that you're genius at. For me, this is coaching, creating, writing, connecting with people. When I'm doing those things, sometimes it doesn't seem like work. I very often enjoy a lot, but most importantly, people report to me that, Wade, when you do that, that's what makes me feel like I got my money's worth. That's what helps me make the insights, to make the shifts that makes a big difference for me. And so as much as I love writing books, I have not yet become so talented an author to have it be better than my coaching. I'm still working on that. And yet as a coach, I seem to be able to connect with people and find out whether the objections, the obstacles they have. So for me, those three things of coaching, creating, and writing, again, writing being the third of them, are my most important things, then also connecting with people. Now, the second thing is to look at the opportunities that you've been excited about, but they're not gonna necessarily be birthed in the next 90 days. And in fact, they're getting in the way of you making that first box happen. They're getting in the way of you investing 60 to 80% of your time in your genius activities. So these are not things that we have to throw away. These might be activities that we say, look, I'm not gonna get these done in the next 90 days. I'd rather push them back 90 days or 180 days. And rather than give a little bit of effort to 10 projects, I'm gonna give the majority of my effort to 1, 2, or at most 3 projects, really focus, make results happen as best as possible. So we're not giving up on these things. We're simply understanding that right now might not be the best time. In my case, at this moment, I'm working on really firming up some of my website, my opt-ins, finishing the book I'm writing. So as much as I love doing podcast interviews as a guest and sharing about my work, right now I need to finish some of that work and firm it up. And then I'll go out there and generate more traffic and talk more about the new things I'm doing. So again, everybody's got their stage where they're at with this. Knowing what these are makes a big difference for you. And then the third thing is something that is often quick to identify, but might take a little longer to make happen. And that's to delegate the important but lower impact, low income activities. And you might say, well, wait, if something's important, how could it be low impact? There are certain things that in the overall scheme, you don't need to be doing. So there's still some impact, and maybe they're medium impact if we wanted to be really precise here. These are the sort of things that need to get done. Somebody needs to do them, but that somebody does not need to be you. And so if you can identify those and even start getting one of them delegated, or start attempting to hire somebody, whether it's a freelancer or a service or a business that does this, that's going to start freeing up your time to, again, put more of your time and your energy and your efforts into that 60 to 80% of your time of genius activity. And another way to think of this too is, from a very pure income standpoint, the activities that are in your genius activities, at least one of them, preferably 2 or 3, should be big money makers for you, because that's how the market is validating that, yes, not only do you think you're a genius at these, not only perhaps do you take pride in these or love these, but most importantly in this conversation, the marketplace recognizes that for you. Sometimes when you want to create more free time, the path is to do what makes the most income first. So long as you still like it, you don't have to love it, and that creates more time, and maybe sometime later you get a little more into the stuff that you just absolutely love. And so to implement this, what we want to do is, again, have you complete the worksheet, schedule your 3 genius activities in your calendar with alarms, block them out in your calendar, make sure you're doing nothing else at that time. Do them earlier in the day, usually is what works for most people, having your energy earlier in the day. And then later in the day, do the things that you can do when you're at a lower energy level, the things you can do when you're on autopilot. And then start to delegate your low impact activity. And then start to reschedule just for 60 days out, 90 days out, 180 days out, whatever it might be, those 3 opportunities or more that you know you're really excited about them, but right now you can't get to all of them, and it's gonna hurt you if you put too much of your focus in too many areas. So hope you find this helpful. This is the 3rd day of the 3-day weekends in 4 days challenge. Again, if you haven't signed up already to get the notifications and the access and the tools and the worksheet, go ahead and do that here. As always, I look forward to helping you impact more people with your work and make more money Do that in less time so you can fully enjoy your family, your friends, your freedom, and your life at every step of the way. Please let me know whatever I can do to help you. I look forward to hearing about your successes and how this is impacting you, your work life, your clients,